a royal flush for Joey Weissman.
These are the most epic moments when players got the rarest hand in poker, the royal flush.
You know, we have never had a royal flush on poker night in America.
From stunned reactions to legendary showdowns, these hands left everyone at the table in disbelief.
Aces! You gotta be kidding me!
We'll walk you through the excitement of each moment and the enormous pot that followed. This is poker at its most electrifying. Let's jump in. Somerville gets paid. As we'll see in today's video, hitting a royal flush is only half the battle. Step 2 is making sure you get paid for it. All in to win. Next up, we've got a high-stakes hand that escalates fast. Weissman and Wang are all in before the flop, and the tension is through the roof. With massive stacks on the line, one of them is about to hit the rarest hand in poker, a royal flush. This is the kind of showdown that every poker player dreams of.
Wang looks down at 2 queens. Opens for the min.
Oh, wow.
Weissman with the ace-jack of diamonds.
Both have strong hands. Wang much stronger, of course, with pocket queens. But no one would suspect what happens next.
And there's the shove. Rodriguez out of the way. Wang makes the call. Here we go. Michael Wang all in and at risk with 2 queens.
Being 68% to win a massive pot is pretty huge. You still lose fairly often, but casinos make billions on much smaller edges than that.
Comes the flop. King 10-7.
Only 2 perfect cards needed to make a royal flush.
Turn card. It's the 10 of diamonds.
It had to be interesting.
And that means that Weissman is looking for an ace or a diamond.
Queen of diamonds.
Well, the
royal.
queen of diamonds would be a royal flush beating a full house. And it's the queen of diamonds!
Oh.
And it is the royal flush beating the full house!
Welcome to GG Poker.
Me and him could play for second place.
Oh.
What a life you
The
live.
pain.
GG, man.
Weissman takes it down in spectacular fashion, hitting the royal flush to scoop up a massive pot. It's the dream hand every player hopes for. And Weissman didn't just hit it, he did it at the perfect moment to crush his opponent and collect the chips. Moments like these are why we love poker. Cinnabon. The popular Lodge live streamer Cinnabon shows us that getting a royal flush can feel like just another day at the office. With his laid-back demeanor, he approaches the hand with the confidence of a seasoned pro, making the hand look as if it were routine.
Appreciate that, just in case. I've done a lot of commentary for poker. This is not my first live stream. I've only recently come to the lodge, though. But I'm happy to be here. King Queen versus Ace-7, and what a flop. Cinnabon with the royal draw.
Cupcake Carlos bets, and Cinnabon calls. Yes, both players have dessert-themed nicknames, because why not add a little sugar to the stakes? But don't let the sweet nicknames fool you. These guys play with serious bite. Things are about to get sticky in more ways than one.
Carlos.
Tony, I think you're muted, they said. You're muted, I think they said. Maybe.
Top pair. Gonna bet out Cinnabon, of course, with a very easy call. How about turning the flush?
Hello.
Counterfeit 2 pair for Cupcake Carlos.
A couple of quick checks here. Cinnabon should definitely be checking in the spot, but he probably should have taken a bit more time to think it over.
And wow, look at that, the royal.
Oh, stand up. Oh, no. Damn it. At what point
Royal flush
you need
for
to do one more
Cinnabon.
no matter what.
It's kind of hard to get value here, though.
Yeah, we got to do one more no matter
I'd
what.
probably be inclined to check and let my opponent bluff.
At the end of the year, 100 to finish off.
But it's because like you block all of the best hearts that are going to pay you. You check the turn, so boats are unlikely. What, you don't show the royal?
After all the excitement, Cinnabon walks away with just $650. a modest payout for such a rare hand, and he doesn't even show his royal flush. It was a moment that highlighted the unpredictability of poker. Even the most spectacular hands can yield less than expected in a high-stakes environment. Cinnabon's calm reaction to the outcome served as a reminder that in this game, the thrill of the play is often as essential as the final reward. Stick around because we have more royal flushes yet to come. What are the odds? In case you were wondering, the odds of getting a royal flush in poker are incredibly rare. In a standard game of Texas Hold'em, the probability of being dealt a royal flush in one hand is approximately 1 in 649,740. This comes from the fact that there are only 4 possible royal flush combinations, one for each suit, out of 2.5 million possible 5-card hands. Just how unlikely is that? Here are 3 things more likely to happen than getting a royal flush. Number 1. Finding your doppelganger. The odds of encountering someone who looks almost exactly like you are estimated to be around 1 in 135,000. That makes getting a royal flush seem like winning the genetic lottery. And in poker, it's even rarer. Number 2. Becoming a billionaire. The odds of becoming a billionaire are estimated to be about 1 in 409,000, which is still far more likely than getting a royal flush in one try. It feels unlikely that we'll see a $1 billion pot in a cash game anytime soon. Number 3. Winning an Olympic medal. The odds of standing at an Olympic podium are around 1 in 662,000, depending on the sport. While becoming an elite athlete takes years of dedication, hitting a royal flush just takes a lot of luck. You can't always get what you want. In this hand, we see Zane not only get a royal flush, but win a nice pot as well at the Texas Card House. This thrilling combination of luck and poker strategy culminates in a considerable win, showcasing not just the rarity of a royal flush, but also the art of seizing the moment in a high-stakes game.
He's 10 for Zane under the gun +1. Some players just open full bis, but Zane's going to open up to 175. Ace 10 is one of those hands that's like, I genuinely never know what to do. Middle position with Ace 10. I guess I'm going to open, but I'm going to tread lightly. Swirl's going to call 175. Queen 10 of diamonds on the button.
No coaching at the table.
Super heads up. Zane and Swirls, they played a lot together. Queen Jack 10.
What started as a pretty standard hand has transformed into an unexpected battle. After the flop, both players are holding strong hands, and things are about to get interesting.
Rut-row. Quarter from Zane. Quick call from Swirls. Big turn. 3 of clubs. Brick City. Zane could also catch a king for Broadway. He's got 15 outs. So he was actually a favorite on the flop versus queens and 10s. 700 royal flush!
Zane hits the best hand in poker, but the real question is, will Zane's opponent take the bait and add to this already epic moment?
Royal in Hold'em that we've seen. And he's going to bet 1,200 for value, not believing. Royal flush on the stream for Mr. Zane.
Zane may not have gotten his bet called on the river, but that's all right. When you have a royal flush, sometimes your opponents just don't have much. Fortune favors the bold, and one extraordinary hand can shift the entire game. Zane's royal flush not only created an unforgettable moment, but also secured a solid pot, lighting up the Texas Card House with excitement. You can't always get what you want. In this clip, Tony G faces off against some of the world's elite players at the Aussie Millions, demonstrating his trademark boldness and flair. As Tony maneuvers through the high-stakes showdown, each decision feels incredibly consequential against his formidable opponents, each a titan in the poker world known for their exceptional skills and deep understanding of the game. Winning money from this elite group is no easy feat.
After Phil Ivey folded, Chris Ferguson folds, so does Hansen.
Well, pretty strong drawing hand so far.
So Joanda will call. 3 players to the flop. And here is the flop. Ace, Queen, 10 of diamonds.
Wow. I've only had 2 royal flushes in my career, Barry. This is a very rare hand.
That escalated quickly. Tony's in a tough spot now, facing off against two of the best in the game, John Juanda and Patrick Antonius. While Antonius doesn't have much, Juanda is holding a pair and a straight draw, but even that's shaky on a 3-diamond board. With the pressure on and two legends across the felt, Tony's about to see just how tough it can get against elite competition in this high-stakes hand.
And he checks his bottom pair.
I check. And so does Tony.
Well, of course he's going to give his opponents a chance to maybe catch up a little.
And he catches a 9 of diamonds here.
Well, Patrick has 2 pair now. If it comes a 9 or a 10 on the river, he could get in trouble with a full house. Juanda still with a pair and a straight draw, and Tony G's going to continue slow playing.
Queen of clubs.
Well, Juanda made trips, but of course he loses to any diamond. Needless to say, Tony G has better than that.
6,000 to bet from Tony G.
Juanda gets away from his hand, and of course Patrick can't possibly call.
Neither of Tony's opponents have a strong hand on the river, and he's not happy that he doesn't win any more chips with a royal flush. Tony, being Tony, is going to let people know about it.
Folds.
Pretty sick one. That's sick.
Oh.
I got to share that.
Wow.
What are the odds to flop that?
Tony G's triumph was bittersweet. His frustration was evident when he realized that even a rare hand like a royal flush couldn't guarantee a significant payday against such seasoned adversaries. The elite players at the table proved to be incredibly tough competition, and in the end, Tony walked away with only a small pot to show for his royal flush. Sometimes even the best hands yield minimal rewards when the competition is this fierce. World Series of Poker. Up next, we're diving into one of the wildest hands from the 2008 World Series of Poker main event. This hand has everything: high stakes, big personalities, and a celebrity cameo. None other than Ray Romano from Everybody Loves Raymond was seated at the table to witness the action firsthand. And trust me, both Ray and the star of this hand, Phillips, are real characters.
Motoyuki Mabuchi. Mabuchi made a bet after the river onto that scary board. Phillips now fires back with a raise.
Has Justin Phillips bet the shirt off his back?
Action on Mabuchi. He's all in.
All in call, table
Phillips
one.
turns over a royal flush.
Royal flush.
Mabuchi, quad aces.
You gotta be kidding.
What an unbelievable hand that is sure to leave Mabuchi absolutely stunned as he processes the whirlwind of action that just took place. The reality of what transpired begins to sink in as he walks off the tournament floor.
Aces, river quads, and lose. That's a bad beat.
And Mabuchi does stumble out of the main event.
Let's see what Ray Romano has to say about all this. Known for his comedic quick wit and keen observations, Ray's sure to bring a unique perspective to the unfolding drama at the table.
Table, sit down, boom. 4 aces, royal flush. How many times are you going to see that?
The chances of a royal flush and quads happening in the same hand, 1 in 2.7 billion.
Ray Romano's star power has a peculiar effect on Phillips, making him behave somewhat awkwardly. It's almost as if being in front of a TV icon throws him off.
I get a little credit too, right?
Yeah, you wouldn't have came here, none would have happened. You're the man. I love Raymer.
He loves Greg Raymer?
Everybody watch that show.
Greg Raymer has his own TV show?
Wow, you got a famous TV star at your table, beat quad aces with a royal flush.
In the end, this was a hand that showcased not just the thrill of poker, but the unforgettable moments of big poker personalities. Phillips emerged from this rare encounter with not just a victory, but also a shared memory with Ray Romano, who experienced the roller coaster right alongside him. As the dust settled and the chips were counted, this hand became a legendary chapter in poker history. Thanks for watching, and to stay up to date with the biggest poker fights, latest scandals, and sickest suckouts, make sure to like and subscribe.